Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our cryptocurrency trivia night. We're going to be having 15 questions like always. Please join using the website kahoot.it on the screen. Use the game pin 104068. You will need to use the your phone and have the full view of the live stream as it's going on to see the questions and know what answers to select. Join with your Reddit username so that I can give you rewards for finishing in the top three if you do. I'm gonna fix the music because it doesn't seem like that's going through at the moment. And we'll start again in 10 or 15 minutes or so. Okay, thanks. I'm struggling to get the music right now, so we might have to do this one without the music in the background. Pick another song to play. Okay, I think you should be able to hear me with the music now at this point. Please let me know in the comments if that is not the case. Thank you so much, Kiwi, for joining me. Kiwi, if you would like to get subreddit credit, you can rejoin with your Reddit username, and then if you're the only one that ends up joining, then you're going to be the only person that gets the reward. So I'm going to be actually going through and adding the flares to everyone who has won in the past several weeks, and I will be giving extra recognition if you win several times. So there is certainly an incentive to keep coming back so that you can prove why you've done at least a little bit of homework in order to be able to communicate, of course, with other people on the subreddit. Again, we'll just give it another minute or so. Actually, it's only 6:56 Central, so we'll give it more than a minute here. Thank you, Arc Ecosystem. Again, join with your Reddit username if you would like to get credit on the subreddit. I will be going through and adjusting flares finally. Okay, so we got 5 people on now. Thanks for joining. We have Got the Ips 35, who's back on again. Thank you, Got the Ips. Hopefully better luck this time. You did pretty well last time, but you did not finish in the top 3, despite you doing really well in the past. So best of luck to you. We have this Hitler that's joined us. So again, if that's your Reddit username, I mean, you might be getting credit if you finish in the top 3. Kiwi, thank you for joining us from the Discord. Double Dice, thank you for joining us. And yeah, give it only about 2 minutes here and we'll get started. Again, 15 questions. Have your phone out, have a nice view of the TV or wherever you're watching this live stream on. Again, there's about a 5-second delay, even with ultra low latency, but we have 30 seconds for each question, so you should have plenty of time to answer. Remember that you get points for answering correctly, for answering multiple correct in a row, and for answering quickly. So you have an incentive to get those right answers out as soon as you know them. Okay, again, just another second here. We have 8 people watching and only 4 people in the game. Get in the game. You can join on the website kahoot.it and the game pin 104068. This is present at the top of the screen, and it will be in the lower left-hand corner of the screen if you are joining later. Yes, that's a hope, Ryzen, is that Rizian, is that we have another reason for people to come back every week, learn stuff. Maybe if the price was up today, we'd have a few more people, but today was less good day than other days of the week, so maybe that's why fewer people are checking the subreddit. But yeah, since it is 7:03, I'm going to get started here in the respect for everyone else's time. Again, if people have questions on how to join, they can join in the lower left-hand corner. Join with your Reddit username. That way you can get points if you finish in the top 3. Okay, let's get started. All right, like I said, 15 questions this week. Last one is double points. Question 1, who did Satoshi send the first Bitcoin transaction to? Is it Hal Finney, Craig Wright, Adam Back, or himself? Okay, people answered pretty quickly. No, it was not to himself. It was to Hal Finney. Now, granted, if someone argues if Hal Finney is Satoshi or whatever, then technically it could also be himself. But the best answer is Hal Finney, which is correct, whether or not you think this person is Satoshi. Maybe there's some other, some cult following I do not know about. In any case, yes, Hal Finney is the correct answer. 2 of you got that correct. That is Double Dice and Kiwi. Congratulations to 2 of you. Let's see how people fare in the next few rounds here. And again, if you are just joining, you can still join in the lower left-hand corner. Only 2 people have points right now. Okay, question 2. What was the first 51% attack of 2019? Was it against Monocoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, or Electroneum? Okay, about half of you got this one correct. It was Ethereum Classic, yes. All right, Kiwi rocking it, got both of those 2 correct. Double Dice got the last one correct. Tarek, welcome to the board. Congratulations. Let's see what happens. It's still anyone's game since we have 15 questions total. Okay, question 3. The Virtual Currency Tax Fairness Act of 2020 proposes a de minimis exemption for transactions with capital gains under what amount? Is it $100, $200, $500, or $1,000? This means that if you make transactions for regular purposes whose capital gains is less than this amount, you do not need to report capital gains on it anymore. Again, this is a bill. This is not a law. This is not the current state. In the current state, you do need to report capital gains on any gain or loss, no matter the amount or purpose. Yes, 2 people got that correct. It is $200. This is meant to exempt, normal, typical purchasing habits, but not people who are trying to invest in cryptocurrencies. Okay, let's see who got this one correct. Kiwi is on fire, and backup Kiwi apparently. For some reason, Kiwi's on here twice, but only one of them has points. They got 3 of these correct. Got the Yipses on the board, and they answered that one really quickly, so they skyrocketed up to second place there. Okay, let's see what happens in the next few here. Again, if you have questions, leave them in chat. I am looking very closely on chat if there are any questions, concerns, problems, etc. Okay, question 4. A cartel of Bitcoin Cash mining pools is threatening to orphan blocks that don't send what percent of rewards to a dev fund? Is it 1%, 5%, 10%, or 12.5%? Only one person got this one correct. Yes, it is 12.5%. It is that odd number sticking out there. I thought some people would choose it just because it's the odd one out, but apparently most people avoided it because it was the odd one out and they did not know the answer. Yes, 12.5 is the correct answer here. Kiwi did not get that one correct. It got the Yips who made their way up. They now have 1960 points. Congratulations. Back on the board, doing well as always. Next question 5. What type of network event, airdrop, or a chain split? What is it best described as? The process of mining pools deciding that there's going to be a consensus change in effect. You do have the mining pools that threaten to invalidate other mining pools blocks, and so you could argue that it would be a complete network chain split, but I think the best answer here is a soft fork because it still depends on how exactly everything is implemented. Essentially, a set of nodes implements another set of rules, and I think soft fork's sort of the best answer here. Okay. Double Dice got that one correct, 1677. Question 6. The mining pools will set up a corporation in which country to receive and disperse these Bitcoin Cash funds? Is it Hong Kong, the United States, the Cayman Islands, or Malta? And I promise this is the last question on this topic. We had 3 of them though, so really were benefited if you were keeping up with news this week in terms of what Bitcoin Cash was going on. But this did make it, some headlines in the rest of the ecosystem and on the subreddit. Hong Kong is the correct answer here. Wow, we've had some really tough questions this week. Last week, everyone was doing really, really well. Here, people have really been struggling. Hong Kong is the best answer, not the United States. No one gets that one. Cayman Islands, despite being, a registration that you would use under many purposes for tax planning or anything else. That is not the answer. And Malta, despite being a generally crypto-friendly country, is not one in this case. I believe got the Yips got this one correct. I believe they went up from about 1,900 points to 2,600 points. So congratulations, got the Yips for getting that one correct. Next question, 7. What company announced that they are creating a Lightning development kit for Bitcoin wallets? Is it PayPal, Square Crypto, Stripe, or Coinbase Commerce? Hopefully this is a bit of an easier one for everyone here, if they've been keeping track of news. And again, if you are joining, one of the concurrent viewers that's watching right now, you can still join using the code and address in the lower left-hand corner. Only 3 or 4 people are on the board right now, so it's still anyone's game to come back and finish on the podium. 2 people got this one correct. Square Crypto, that is correct. It's not Coinbase Commerce or Stripe or PayPal. PayPal hasn't announced anything to my knowledge except part of like Libra, which they may or may not still be part of. I do not recall. Kiwi got that one correct. Congratulations. Hitler's on the board with 772 points. The answer is a little faster than Tarek answered the previous question they got correct, so they are on the board. Congratulations. Okay, at least all 5 people on the board now have scored points. Next question, 8. Have Poloniex's Bitcoin reserves increased or decreased following its recent acquisition? Increased or decreased? Only 2 answers for this one. Or after recently being acquired, perhaps is a better way to slightly better way. It has decreased, actually. So Bitcoin reserves have decreased. It was on a general trend of decreasing for at least the past year. This is something that uh, who reported this? I mean, it's frustrating me that the name is Coinmetrics. So Coinmetrics published this in their State of the Network report, that it had continued to decrease even after acquisition. Okay. 2 people got that one correct. It looks like Kiwi and Got the Yips got that one correct, I believe. No, Hitler and Got the Yips got this one correct. Congrats to you both. Next question, again, I believe only has 2 answers. Yeah. Yeah, according to CoinGecko, did USDT's dominance, so Tether's dominance, amongst the top 5 stablecoins increase or decrease in 2019? Did it increase or decrease? Increase. Yep, majority of people got this one correct. It increased marginally, not a huge amount. You might think that it would have decreased because of additional adoption of USDC and other coins, but no, USDT also still did increase dominance over this time period. Gemini had the worst year out of everyone with their GUSD. At least out of anyone major that took a serious stake at it. It's a very, very small market cap at this point. Got the Yips taking the leaderboard. Kiwi did not do well in the past few rounds. Hitler did well this past round too. Got the last 3 correct. So congratulations to you making your way on the board. And I believe Double Dice, no, Tarek got the last one correct also. So good job. Question 10. According to CoinGecko, which stablecoin deviated by more than 1% per day the most times in 2019? Is it USDC, USDT, PAX, or DAI-SAI? Some combination of DAI and SAI because it switched names in part. Yeah, it did switch names over the past year. Even if you don't know the right answer, you should be able to intuitively guess it. And yes, most people got this one correct. In fact, everyone but one person got this one correct. DAI and SAI is backed by not USD directly. It's sort of a composition of things, and as such, and it's generally more decentralized depending on how you define it. But I think most people would agree it's slightly more decentralized at least. Yes, it did deviate more than 1% the most times in 2019. In fact, more than all of the others combined. So if you are worried about stablecoin volatility, even though DAI and SAI is pretty interesting, it has proven to be the most volatile over the past year. So I think everyone on this board got this one correct. Maybe not Kiwi. It's hard for me to tell. But Hitler's up to 2nd place now. Got the Yips. Starting to build a comfortable lead there, but it still is anyone's game since the last question is worth 2,000 base points. Okay, question 11. BitMEX research indicated that at least how many Bitcoin flowed through the Lightning Network since inception? Is it at least 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000? And the next few questions are about the Lightning Network also. We haven't had many questions about Bitcoin and the Lightning Network generally in the past few weeks. I thought it was necessary to help bring it back into the conversation. One person got this correct. Yes, they said at least 4,000 as a lower bound went through the Lightning Network, flowed into this Lightning Network, since inception based off their estimates. This is on a report that I believe they published in the last week. It might have been in the last 2 weeks, though. So one person got the correct, got the Yips. Congratulations. They just expanded their lead past 4 correct. Good job. Okay, next question, also about the Lightning Network. BitMEX research found about how many non-cooperative closures on the Lightning Network. This is an interesting term for you all. Is it 23,000, 60,000, 120,000, or 130,000? Those who did their research on the Lightning Network have to be really, really excited that they have a really nice lead over other people in answering these questions, or a nice advantage in answering these questions. But 3 people got this one correct. Yes, it is 60,000. Again, this is sort of the lower bound based off their estimates. The upper bound was about 90,000. But 60,000 still is the best answer here. Non-cooperative closures, to those who are not aware, since I needed to look up this term, since I'm not a Lightning Network expert, it's a term that refers to the closing of a Lightning Network channel without the cooperation of both nodes that have an open channel. So in this case, it could be malicious or non-malicious. It might be just one shuts down, and then, since it no longer has access to the internet, it's non-cooperative, that the channel is closed because they're no longer able to talk to each other or any other non-cooperative purpose. And it also can be malicious, where the node might be trying to mess with another node, and so they close the channel with the intent of being malicious. This includes both. But yes, they estimate about 60,000, which is more than people, at least based off BitMEX Research's previous assessment, it was more than they were expecting in the past. So hopefully everyone learned what non-cooperative channels closures were. Can you please leave a message in chat to say whether or not you knew what non-cooperative closures are? I think that would really help me, know the audience a little bit better here, because I was personally not really aware and making this quiz. All right, next question here. After we see who has a leaderboard. Got the Yips got that one correct, of course. They're still killing it. Other people are doing really well, though, still, and it seems like the questions were really, really difficult this week. Okay, question 13. In December, Brave announced that they passed over this many daily active users: 3.2 million, 4.6 million, 8.9 million, or 11.3 million. Again, daily active users, and it's per day, not per month. Yep, the best answer there is 3.2 million. To those who said 8.9, that was pretty close to, I believe, 10 million, which is their approximate monthly active users, not daily active users. 3.2 million was the closest to their daily active users. And if the trend continued, since it was an upward trend throughout most of 2019, it probably is more than 3.2 million at this point. One of their posts on the general speediness of the browser was well received on the CryptoCurrency subreddit this week. It inspired me to make this question. Got this one correct too. They had the longest answer streak here. Hitler, I don't know if you have a chance yet anymore to get first place, but you're still doing really well. And of course, second place and third place are anyone's game at this point. Everyone's within 1,000 points, or like 1,500 points of each other. So really, this is anyone's game for second and third place here. Okay. Question 14. How much BNB did Binance burn in quarter 4 2019? $18 million worth, $38 million worth, $42 million worth, or $44 million worth? Just in that quarter. And then be ready to answer another just bonus question in chat, since I'm just going to ask another one that's not worth any points. Yeah, half of you got that one correct. 38 million is the correct. Again, it was the most selected answer. So to answer a question to everyone in the chat is this the most BNB that Binance has burned in a single quarter before? Yes or no? And I'm going to wait for at least one person to put an answer in chat. Yes or no? Do you think that this is the most or not that has been burned in a single quarter? We're going to wait here all day. Oh, sorry. I wasn't actually, okay, I was not actually getting these chats. It said, okay, sorry, I'm catching up now. I thought no one was really, okay. No, it is not the most that has been burned. The most that has been burned is actually about $40 million worth, which is in 2017. So, yeah, some people saying they don't actually really burn them; they just lock up their founder's share. Yeah, I think that I don't actually know enough to know if that's a better description or not, but it could be. I just know in media they were expressing it as burning. And then another fun fact is that Binance burns of BNB is no longer tied to their revenue anymore. It is a little bit more arbitrary than that. So I know that Masari incorrectly reported that it implied a certain revenue number, and it still might suggest a certain revenue number, but it no longer is really closely tied to that, at least as per the like certain securities laws. They try to separate that a little bit further, I believe. Sorry about not paying attention to the chat. I thought I was, but they weren't coming through. Now I refreshed my side and I see all your messages coming through. So, only, I believe, 2 more questions here. Last question. This is a puzzle, so you have to get them all correct. Double points. Lowest on the left, highest to the right. Which project has the most GitHub watchers on their main repo? Your options are Bitcoin, Zcash, Monero, and Ethereum. Again, lowest on the left, highest on the right. And you have 60 seconds to do this one. No, oh, one answer, about halfway through. All right, just a few seconds left. Yeah, people are saying, remember to submit the answers. Okay. I don't think anyone got that order correct. The correct order is Zcash, then Monero, then Ethereum, then Bitcoin. But I don't believe anyone got this one correct. So some of you might have gotten partial points. Some of you might have gotten no points. I'm not sure how they actually do scoring when everyone gets it wrong. But we will see who did the final podium finish here. All right. Here we go. Fancy music. Third place with 5 out of 15 correct, Tarek. Second place with 5 out of 15 correct, but just answered faster, is Hitler. And then in first place, we all know 10 out of 15 got the IPS 35. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this week. Those of you who did finish on the podium and who use the Reddit usernames, which looks like there's actually a chance of this week, I will actually be going through and updating the Reddit flares for the our cryptocurrency subreddit. So you will be getting a special flare that says you are like a certain number finalist in the cryptocurrency trivia, or you are a certain number champion in the cryptocurrency trivia. So expect that. And thanks everyone who joined. Catch me again next week. Of course, if you would like to submit questions for the quiz, I am accepting submissions. So you can go through. I have a Google form for that. I will publish that in the link that currently advertised on the Our Cryptocurrency subreddit for this trivia session. Actually, 2 questions for this quiz were submitted by outsiders, and I use them almost entirely verbatim. In one case, it was verbatim. People are saying the last one was tough. Okay, good feedback. Okay, thanks everyone who joined us this week. Catch you again next week. Bring all your friends so you get other people learning about cryptocurrency, and take care.